A startup in Zambia is using AI to assess creditworthiness for people with no official financial history. And I've been speaking to its co-founder, Chilufya Mutale.
So eShandi is a Pan-African challenger bank that provides digital financial services for emerging markets across sub-Saharan Africa to primarily marginalized communities, underserved segments, unbanked and underbanked customers.
And how does that work? How do you do that?
So we do that through various mobile platforms. We have a USSD application that allows for customers who don't have internet-enabled devices, even in the far-flung areas, remote areas, basically to access our services through dialing our short codes, and then they can access a full suite of financial services. We integrated with mobile network operators and are licensed and regulated by the financial institutions that govern our operations. So we also have a mobile application for customers who have access to internet-enabled devices or say smartphones, where they can download the app, create their profile, and then access our financial services with ease of convenience.
Is it difficult to find your customers because they're not in the usual places where perhaps you might choose to advertise?
So it's not really difficult because we've created a platform that allows for customers to access us through various touch points. I mentioned earlier that we've partnered with mobile network operators who already have a customer base of over 10 million customers. So through that partnership, it gives us access to that network of customers, even in the most far-flung areas. And then we also have our own network through our partners that allows customers, even in places where we don't have a physical office, they can easily access our services just on their phone.
What kind of small businesses have you provided loans to?
These are your typical businesses where the owner is actually running the actual business. They have 1 or 2 employees. They have a small shop. Some of them are marketeers, selling vegetables on a market stand, small kiosks. Some of them are mobile money providers and agents. Some of them sell on the streets. They don't have bank accounts, or accountants that basically audit their financials. So these are customers with very little access to traditional banking services.
Is it risky taking on customers with no bank and no credit history?
It is, and because there's very little financial information that a financial institution or a bank can actually use or leverage on to basically assess the creditworthiness. So what we do, basically, we use various touch points and various data sets that help us basically predict the probability of the customer being able to pay or being able to default. We look at behavioral patterns. We look at transaction history via mobile money platforms. And these are platforms that are used for largely the informal sector. And then based on this massive data set, with the help of AI and machine learning, we're able to then predict the probability of this customer basically repaying this loan, and we're able to set, based on customer behavior, credit limits.
Do you turn anybody down?
Yes, we do get to do that, particularly customers who the probability of default is very, very high. We have internal thresholds that we built in, and we also have customers who have a bad credit history. Ideally, we get this information through our integration with the credit reference bureaus. So customers were basically not bad payers with other financial institutions. Ideally, from us, we don't get to onboard them either.
I'm interested in how you mentioned you're using AI to help you with this, because surely sometimes you're dealing with people that you don't have a lot of data about if they've got no credit history.
So you will find that it's challenging to get credit history because they don't have financial statements, bank statements. Some of them have not borrowed from the formal financial institutions. So there's very limited information that you can access. But for almost all these customers, they're accessing financing, or they're able to transfer money from one point to another via mobile money. So basically, we use those behavioral patterns, transaction history via mobile money to then basically make a loan decision. So we are able to also know how long you'll be able to transact on that wallet. We're able to know how long that customer has had their SIM card for, and also transaction history for over 2 years. So it becomes easier for us to automate the entire lending, the loan underwriting and decision-making process.
Thanks to Chilufya Mutale.